Co-founder backstabs me. We are three founders with equal shares and equal legal rights. One is responsible for the technical setup, the other one for the product, and myself for funding, sales and administrative work. Without my idea and vision, the company, 5 employees, would not exist today. Besides having sold multiple proof of concepts and acquired brand name partners in our industry and just recently closed $1.5 million in funding with very reputable investors, we don't have an MVP nor a scalable product after 1.5 years. The co-founder responsible for product has used every possibility to question my work in front of others, doubting my abilities to meet expectations and lead the company. He claims all efforts should go into sales and marketing, as I should be front-facing, which is why I should hand over all my duties, except sales and marketing, to him. Now as investors are on board, they want to make clear who is in charge. The tech co-founder voted for the product co-founder, as he thinks he'll understand technical decisions much better. So, the product co-founder finally has what he wants and starts being nice to me again. I feel very betrayed, especially as the product co-founder had been my best friend ever since I can think. I risked everything for the company, including my secure job and personal connections, and came up with the idea behind the product, while he waited until last minute to join. Continuing the power struggle would be very bad for the company, even though it's pretty hard to accept the situation. Maybe I wasn't a true leader after all. Short, co-founder doubts me, also co-founder, in front of others and lied to employees and investors, leading to change in power, even though I secure funding and define the vision. What should I do? You have no MVP and you aren't going in front of customers. These are probably the 2 most important elements of the business. I can see why you're all frustrated with each other. You are all pushing vanity projects and doing things that feel good, like getting investors and engaging in blame games and posting baby shit on Reddit. Focus on what's important. If your partner had recommended you to be CEO because you have been lifelong friends, that would have been a serious mistake. Don't confuse importance and contributions with capability to be CEO. Many founders don't have the ability to be an effective CEO, which is why you so often see investors bring in an outsider. Whenever people ask me for advice about founding a company, this is a large part of that advice. I'm exceptionally good at what I do. But I am not good at running a company. There's no shame in that at all, but you don't think that way with your first enterprise, especially if you're the talent in the arrangement. Hard lessons to learn if you're an entrepreneur starting companies with partners for the first time. Another large part of that advice is, make roles and responsibilities absolutely clear from day one, and someone has to be the final determinator for everything. Anytime I hear from someone with business partner issues talking about equal shares or equal responsibility, I immediately think they made the mistake of not clarifying roles and responsibilities and not assigning a leader. Also, mixing friends with business is tough. It introduces additional emotional stressors that don't need to exist. Source: I started companies after college without any sort of experience or education in business at all. I eventually figured it out, but there are much easier ways. Failure after failure was my education. Ain't that the truth? I've founded multiple startups and never want to be a CEO. It takes a certain type of personality. For example, I think I'm a great leader and trainer, yet I couldn't be on 100% of the time. I'll work for days on end, but then I need to go MIA for a couple just to recoup. I also suck at public speaking. That being said, showing up every day doesn't make a good CEO either. And it depends what stage you're at. It's complicated. I've CEO-ed and CTO-ed, and it having been on both sides of the equation, it's weird knowing when your CEO may not have the best qualities to run the company, yet the vision is good, and I know I can ensure it gets executed as soon the CTO. It's a very conflicted feeling. Instead of acting hurt and rejected, do yourself a favor and accept the current situation. Your ideas and visions aside, you still play a part in and own 1/3 of the company. Your part should be to make sure you get that MVP ready. Put pressure on whatever founder is responsible for that. All else is office politics and serves little purpose.